Did Clueless feel groundbreaking when you were making it?
Well, it was because I remember networks weren't, I mean, the studios, the one studio said no to it because they didn't think that anyone was interested in watching a movie about a young girl. So it was, and those people now, you know, do kick themselves that they were not a part of that film, but they did. The movie was set up at a network, at a studio, and we were all set to go there. And then they were like, nah, we just don't think anybody's going to care about, it's not going to sell tickets for a young girl. And then, yeah.
I love these stories.
Yeah.
They're so amazing.
How did that make you feel as a young actress when you had this opportunity?
I was young. I wasn't thinking about it.
Were.
I was in France, actually. I was in Paris making a movie with James Gandolfini and Alain Corneau.
Okay.
And I remember getting an email from Amy Heckerling, or not an email, a fax. I got a fax from Amy Heckerling in my hotel in Paris saying something like, oh, well, we won't be making it now because telling me the news, but maybe we'll make it in the future somewhere else. And then Scott Rudin came in and he said, absolutely, we're making this movie. And so we did.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was a huge success. And I think that it did start. Then they were like, oh, well, let's make 1 million more like it.
You're right,
You
and the
know?
copycats weren't the same. It wasn't,
Well-
yeah. Did it change your life dramatically?
Being in that film? For a moment it did. I think, I don't know how to answer that question because everything changes your life, right, at all times. You know, you're always taking different, but I mean, it certainly made some things, yes, it changed my life. It made things, I was young and I thought it was really overwhelming and really, really intense to be, and I think you had a similar experience, right? Like, well, you know, it's like where you just feel, it was just overwhelming to be so young and to, you know, first there was The Crash, that was my first film, and then I did a bunch of movies, like the movie in Paris and a movie with, you know, all kinds of a movie with Jeff Goldblum, and I did all these movies, and then 9 movies later I did Clueless, and all that time was okay because it was like, oh, you're the girl from that, oh, you're the girl from that, which was uncomfortable being little, but when it was like, that's Alicia Silverstone everywhere I went, it was just a lot. It was a lot for a little person, you know. Actually, I am so grateful. I'm so happy that Amy Heckerling, she's a genius, and I had so much fun working with her. And I just did this thing at the cemetery where they showed the movie, and I got to show my son the movie, and it was an incredible experience. I'm so proud of that film, and so proud that so many people love it.
Oh,
you know, it was
so
like
precious.
we were laying under the stars drinking rosé. He wasn't, I was, and like all these 4,000 people came to watch this movie, and the tickets sold out like that, and that's why I went, because they were like, you have to come, like it sold out so fast. So I went, and it was an incredible thing because that's not part of my daily reality. I'm a mom, I live my life, I do my thing. I'm an activist. I'm not like, even though people say something about it every single day, people say your name every single day, right? They say, hi, how are you? And so it becomes just a part of your thing and you don't really think about it. So seeing it on the screen like that was an incredible thing, and to share it with my son and to go, wow, I really am proud of that. I'm proud of the work I did. I'm proud of all the work on that screen, Mona May, Bill Pope, all the different artists that created that. And, you know, Amy Heckerling did Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and she's such a talented, brilliant woman. So super proud, and just wanted to say that.
Had your son not seen it before?
No, he's only seen 2 films ever outside of, you know, like Shirley Temple. He saw, that's not entirely true, he saw Pete's Dragon, but he's seen some things. But in the movie theater, he's only seen the 2 films I've been in, which is Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Clueless. So maybe he'll go to another movie when he's 15.
It's like if you have the numbers backing it up, then, you know, that sort of mentality can follow suit, I think so. And that's, I think, what the perception can sort of be. You know, we've clearly seen that the audiences have gone to see this film, and so, yes, finally they're seeing that women are fantastic.
But before Wonder Woman, there have been many movies with female leads. I mean, so I get a little confused about I understand that women are not in a place where we are. This is what our show is about. That, you know, in the 70s, even though there had been so much progress, you see women, my character who loses everything and is completely dependent on her husband, and watching my parents and that generation, seeing it where, you know, you can't have a checking account without a man. You can't have, you can't do anything without your man. You are nothing without. And so it's really interesting because we think in 2017, I think in 2017, like, oh, that was so long ago. But in the 70s sound too recent, that it wouldn't be like that. But it actually was, and it's really interesting. But we have made strides, of course, because I think about, well, what about all those wonderful comedians who are females who have had massive hits, and was it Bridesmaids, and there's a movie out right now that's like tons of girls.
Scarlett Johansson and
I'm sure it's killing it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just feel like over the years there was Mean Girls, there was Clueless. Over the time we have had, there's been so many movies that have been female driven, but we have always also had these pay issues, and so we're always, it's like a few steps forward, some back, you know. And, but I do think the audiences will go where they see something. It's difficult when all audience. It has to be Wonder Woman. Something is. It has to have tons of flash, right? Wonder Woman is like when you're looking at children's films now. As a mom, like, I don't want my kid to see all that, you know, loud effects, like all the stuff that is like stimulate, turn you like wah. But that's what audiences want. So it's a tricky thing, and so sometimes it's just the quieter, more interesting things sometimes get seen because they touch someone enough. But even think of like Good Wife, right? The Good Wife has been, I love that show, that was on for so long, and that's there's so many female, I feel like there's so many female shows. I don't really think about it like that, but when you hear it as an issue, it's a real thing, but as an audience member, I feel like there's tons of female interesting things for me to follow and to be in.